All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving deep to dissect and compare the world-building philosophies of two absolute titans of the open-world genre, Grand Theft Auto 6 and Forza Horizon 5. You know, if you've ever fired up a game at, say, 8 in the evening, and then suddenly realized the sun is actually coming up outside your window, well, you already know the sheer power of getting truly lost in a sprawling digital landscape. But you also know that not all open worlds are created equal, right? So today, we're unpacking the hidden mechanics, the psychological tricks, and the incredibly deliberate design choices that make these specific environments tick. And we're doing it entirely through the lens of what the developers have actually shown us.
Now, this brings us to a massive question, one that nobody in the industry has been able to definitively answer for over a decade. We're looking at two vastly different creative goals here. On one hand, you've got this sprawling simulator of illicit activity, chaos, and urban decay. And on the other, a high-octane celebration of car culture that basically feels like a perpetual summer festival. Can these two totally distinct goals produce worlds that feel equally vibrant and lived in? Well, we're going to break that down for you right now, piece by piece, so we can really understand how an environment literally shapes player behavior. But hey, before we get too deep, we absolutely need to lay down some strict ground rules. We are comparing a finished, highly polished driving game against verified, officially confirmed footage of GTA. We are leaving the rumor mill entirely behind us today. No leaks, no wild speculation, no fantasy versus fantasy. Every single claim we make about the next Grand Theft Auto traces directly back to something Rockstar themselves has publicly shown. We are keeping this analysis strictly grounded in reality. Let's start with this number, 70. We're basing our entire GTA analysis on over 70 official screenshots, along with 2 beautifully detailed trailers. And here's what's really vital to keep in mind. Every single frame was captured entirely in-game on current generation console hardware, with absolutely zero pre-rendered cinematics. Rockstar actually stated this explicitly. So we've got this massive wealth of concrete visual data to study while we patiently wait for its highly anticipated release in 2025.
On the flip side, we've got another huge number. Playground Games delivered their definitive answer back in 2021 with a staggering 500 square miles of beautifully fictionalized Mexico. And they haven't just let it sit there. They've been actively refining it, adding to it, and polishing it for years. Think about the tactile difference here for a second. One is a world you can literally walk through today, a playground players have basically memorized, while the other is this heavily guarded secret we're obsessively dissecting frame by careful frame. All right, let's move into section 1, the micro, light and life. We're talking gritty realism versus postcard clarity. Just look at how Rockstar uses sunlight to tell a story. In Vice City, the light is practically fighting its way through thick, humid air. You see it scatter across wet asphalt, catching the chrome on parked cars, and the blinding neon of storefronts. It builds this very specific, heavy atmosphere of unease. Now contrast that directly with Forza's engine, which creates this composed, pristine look. Sunlight over the Sierra Nueva volcano doesn't look wet or grimy, right? It's clean. It's almost impossibly perfect. Which brings us to real-time ray tracing. Now, while Rockstar hasn't officially specified the exact rendering technique they're using, the sheer density of that neon signage reflecting off the rain-soaked streets strongly suggests they're utilizing this high-end lighting tech. And why does this actually matter to you as a player? Well, because seeing the neon bleed perfectly into a murky, dynamic puddle completely grounds you in that world. It gives the environment this heavy, visceral reality that fundamentally changes the emotional weight of a scene, especially when you compare it to a basic static reflection. Because as this quote points out, Forza's Forza Tech engine doesn't chase that gritty realism at all. It intentionally chases postcard clarity. The sunlight doesn't look wet or grimy, it looks composed. It uses light to make you want to slam on the brakes, stop the car entirely, and capture a stunning, photographic screenshot of the landscape. It's lighting meticulously designed to be admired, not to make you feel the oppressive humidity of a sprawling, virtual city. And you know, character models tell the exact same story as the lighting. In the GTA trailers, protagonists like Lucia and her partner are rendered with astonishing detail. I mean, you can see skin texture, sweat, fabric weaves. It's at a level closer to a prestige television drama than a video game. Forza, conversely, barely bothers with humans. Its human models exist mainly in menus, looking kind of like stiff mannequins. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. Because in that universe, a Lamborghini simply has way more personality and narrative importance than a person. Moving on to Section 2, the machine, vehicles, and rendering. Showroom perfection versus the open road. Just imagine the intent behind these virtual assets. Forza spends years photographing and rendering showroom-perfect details.
They're literally obsessing over paint depth, brake calipers, and precise interior stitching. And all of this is meant for close-up, static admiration. Meanwhile, GTA 6 completely embraces the chaos. Sure, you see stunning reflections, but you also see worn upholstery, smudged windows, blinding sun glare. Rockstar's cars are built to be driven hard through a chaotic, unpredictable world, rather than parked safely in some pristine, climate-controlled garage. And Leonida isn't just about the asphalt either. The confirmed footage paints a picture of a massive, living ecosystem of transportation. We're seeing roads choked with muscle cars, rugged pickup trucks, and motorcycles, all fighting for the same chaotic space. And crucially, we see boats actively cutting through the water in the Leonida Keys. That brings aquatic traversal directly to the forefront of their marketing in a way that suggests the water is going to be just as important as the highway. To pull all of this off requires some pretty staggering technical prowess. Rockstar's engine truly shines in their second trailer with this unbelievable single-wide pan. The camera sweeps from a high-rise Vice City rooftop pool all the way out to the open ocean, and it renders the immediate foreground, the busy midground, and the distant horizon with zero visible loading transitions. Pulling off one seamless, continuous frame with that much density, that is a monumental achievement in game design. So let's zoom out to Section 3, the macro. Biomes and intent, or story versus function. According to Rockstar's official map material, the state of Leonida sews together incredible geographic diversity. Think about the physical journey for a second. You can drive out of the dense, claustrophobic urban sprawl of Vice City, pass right through the industrial port Gellhorn, and head straight into the murky, unpredictable Grass River's wetlands. It's a massive, varied ecosystem, all seamlessly connected within one sprawling state border. Structurally, Forza takes a remarkably similar approach with its fictionalized Mexico. It weaves incredibly diverse biomes, like expansive desert flats, dense jungle canopies, historical colonial townscapes, and, even a towering live volcano, into a single, massive, drivable landmass. So on a purely structural blueprint level, the layout of these two worlds actually looks remarkably similar. But here is exactly where their paths completely diverge. The intent behind the geography is entirely different. Leonida's biomes exist to tell a specific story. They highlight Florida's inherent contradictions by placing extreme, flashy wealth right beside deep decay and rot. Forza's map, however, is essentially a massive mechanical testing ground. The deep sand exists solely to test your off-road handling. The winding mountains are there to test your cornering abilities. And the long highways, they just exist to push your top speed to the absolute limit. Which leads us to this fantastic quote, "A world built for friction." That brilliant observation perfectly anchors our transition into understanding how the actual road design, the very asphalt you are driving on, completely dictates the pacing of your gameplay and how you fundamentally experience these game worlds. And that brings us to Section 4, friction versus flow. We're looking at exploration and pacing. Think about how you actually navigate these spaces as a player. Leonida's streets are intentionally choked. They're absolutely packed with unpredictable traffic, dense crowds of pedestrians, and amazingly legible street-level storefront signage spread across multiple distinct districts. It creates immense friction. You are meant to fight your way through a crowded, difficult space. Forza's roads are the total opposite. They're clean, wide, forgiving, and engineered purely for seamless flow rather than acting as an obstacle you have to overcome. Ultimately, the whole shebang comes down to pacing. Forza calibrates its map for constant momentum. Landmarks and events are meticulously spaced roughly 1 minute apart, so you're never far from your next race or discovery. The game literally never wants you to stop moving. GTA 6, though, focuses heavily on contrast, allowing the world to breathe. You actually feel the tension drop as you drive from a densely packed, loud downtown block out into the total, eerie isolation of the wetlands. Its density deliberately giving way to quiet. So, now that we've decoded the hidden intent behind the graphics, the dynamic lighting, the vehicle models, and the very asphalt itself, I want to leave you with this thought. Which world philosophy will you choose to lose yourself in? Do you want to struggle and survive in a living, breathing entity built entirely for friction? Or do you want to chase absolute perfection in a pristine playground meticulously engineered for flow? The beauty of gaming today is that we don't have to choose just one, but understanding exactly how they're built, that changes entirely how we play them.